Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back to another KPC Live where we cover Korean news, the recent Korean society issues, and fun stuff. And today is a Christmas special. Today is December 25th in Seoul, South Korea right now. So Merry Christmas to all of you wherever you're watching from. I know that in the US and some parts of the world it's still Eve, and that's actually better for me because you guys might be probably out and shopping or having fun with your family or relatives and friends during Christmas. So actually it's the best time to live stream right now. So I believe it's nighttime for a lot of you. Let me know where y'all are watching from. In the meantime, I will let you guys know what the topics are for today. We have a lot of tea today. So we're going to be talking about BTS, on how they transform the global perception of Asian culture, quoting Bang Si-hyuk, the chairman of Hybe and Hybe's tech innovations. Winner is Mino being under controversy for military discharge and such. Also, there are some concerns about new jeans, a little bit of an update from an organization. Also, you see in the title, which is pretty absurd in my opinion, IU, the Korean singer IU, has been mass reported to the CIA with allegations about politics and stuff. The cancellation efforts are still going on. It is pretty funny in my opinion, so stay tuned for that. Also, we have other news about Korean society, such as the Shinsegae chairman meeting Trump for some business stuff in the future. Yeah, and then we have Squid Game Season 2. Let's talk about that a little bit. And then Samsung and Apple, Korea aging as a society, and certain singers in Korea getting canceled, their concerts canceled over political spectrums and stuff. And also some depressing news about how the consumption and credit card rates spending is dropping in Seoul, South Korea. Not Seoul, but South Korea in general. So those will be the topics for today. And as I said, again, Merry Christmas to all of you. Let's see who is in the chat. Wow, watching from Uzbekistan, from New Zealand, Minnesota, Maui, Hawaii, and Isungan, yes, we're talking about him. Hi from Germany, NYC, Texas, Ohio, UK. Merry Christmas, Booney, New Jersey, New York. Salim Ma, okay, UK, Merry Christmas. Hello, everybody. It's E for you. Great. Okay, in Singapore, it's Singaporean time. Start 30 minutes later than original time. Not 30 minutes late today. Well, I have a little bit of an excuse of being slightly late today, is because for the theme, to match the theme, I took a quick stop to Taiso and brought this made in China Merry Christmas balloon because they didn't have any Santa hairpins or Rudolph noses or anything. They were all sold out. Can you believe that? I really don't understand who else would buy those kind of things if it isn't people like me who do like broadcasting live streams and stuff. Maybe they want to do home parties or whatever, but it was all sold out in Taiso. So all that was left was this, little balloon over here. So I'm just gonna blow it just for the celebration of Merry Christmas, for the festivities. So I don't even know if it's blowing. Is it blowing? There we go. I have healthy lungs, so Merry Christmas, everybody. I bought this just to do a little ceremonial thing with you guys. It's gonna be sad if I don't do anything for Christmas. I don't have any specific plans anyway, so I thought I would just do a live stream and chat with you guys and celebrate Christmas together. So for Christmas, I have this little balloon over here. Not that I'm gonna do anything with it, I'll just place it there in the back so we can cherish Christmas to some extent. So there we go. I just blew that balloon for Christmas. So Merry Christmas, everybody. It's David. Just take time. Yes, take time blowing the balloon and all that, right? So 200 people watching already. Please smash that like button before we go on. I'm a little hungover because if you see my Instagram stories, I was drinking all night. So yeah, my voice is a little scratchy right now, and I have this Hyuk, which is going to help me with my hangover. So yeah, that helps a lot. Yes, I got like 2 hours of sleep. I don't know, because I was drunk, I thought I would sleep better, but then yeah, I woke up immediately after 2 hours. So I didn't get some good sleep, but anyways, duty is calling, right? I got to do my live stream. So yes, welcome everybody. Let's go on with the news today. So which one should we start with? I think this one is the biggest news that everybody is anticipating. There are, let me show you guys over here. Yes, here it is. Let me adjust the screen a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So Bang Si-hyuk of Hybe, the Hybe chairman, says BTS changed how people perceive Asian culture. So he did an interview with the channel called The Asian Society. And as you can see, he recently shared his thoughts on the global success of K-pop during an Asian Society interview released just yesterday. And when asked if he ever envisioned his work leading the global spread of K-pop and Korean culture, he responded, "I never imagined such a thing. As a child, the US music market, which represents global music, felt so distant and unattainable that I didn't think it was even possible to approach." He also recalled, "When I began the journey with BTS, I never expected it to lead to where we are today. About 2.5 years after BTS debuted, I started to feel that I might be able to achieve something that had never been done before in Asia." Reflecting on his own achievements, he added, "Chasing the dream directly in front of me brought me to this point. Even so, when I look back, there are still moments when what I've accomplished feels surreal." I'm sure he does feel like that. And also for the BTS members too. Also about cultural exchange, he said, "Cultural clashes can lead to global tragedies, but when understanding is rooted in cultural appreciation, the world can develop peacefully and pursue prosperity. I believe we must go beyond merely recognizing differences. We should embrace them and use them as a creative inspiration." So yeah, he did a full interview at the Asian Society YouTube channel. So this is the actual, okay, who's this dude? This is the actual YouTube video. You can check it out over here. And yeah, it's like a 4-minute video. So yeah, it's always great to see Bang PD discussing his like inner thoughts about the K-pop sphere and BTS and K-pop, Korean culture penetrating the other side of the world and all that kind of stuff. So go check this out. I won't play it that long because it's gonna trigger copyrights, but yeah. So what do you guys think about his opinion? I would most definitely agree that BTS has changed how people perceive Asian culture and Korean culture in general, because before BTS, even if K-pop was like becoming and growing bigger, everyone just knew K-pop as like a meme, aka Gangnam Style, because like everyone, the biggest penetration throughout the Western music industry or the masses was Gangnam Style back then, and K-pop was represented by that. Let's not lie. So yeah, everyone just thought it was like a funny thing. It was just like a little subculture that only geeks and nerds like. But then after BTS actually, pulled through and then started breaking all these records and breaking all the markets and TV shows and award shows and just putting out bangers and showing their performances and crazy songs and with touching lyrics and just preaching Korean culture and all that, and making a huge fandom called BTS Army and doing world tours, people really saw the potential and the competence of K-pop and BTS. So they well represented Korea. We didn't. I think Asian people in general, I can't speak on behalf of other ethnicities, but Koreans at least didn't have that level of representation in the media, positive representation in the media before BTS. So whenever Asians or Koreans were depicted on whatsoever dramas or TV shows, they were always the kung fu characters, the ones with the calculators and math stigma, stereotype, and all that kind of stuff, or immigrants with, at laundromats and supermarkets. So yeah, before BTS, I don't think Koreans were depicted as anything near cool. And then the whole ripple effect they brought was like it just triggered this huge, ignition of like K culture in general, K food. Everyone started going to K Town, trying out like bibimbap, like pork belly, K BBQ, K chicken, K cosmetics, and all that kind of stuff. I won't say BTS did like everything for Korean culture or anything, but they did have a huge part of it. Like they definitely, I would say, I would have to give at least half of the credit of what Korean culture is, like how it's flourishing all over the world right now. So they were massive cultural ambassadors. They definitely paved the way for a lot of third gen, fourth gen idols out there, and also let's not neglect the other K-pop idols as well. They have quality music. They work their asses off. It's the same amount of effort, and we can't ignore that too. So like, respect to all the K-pop artists out there. Respect to all the K-drama actors out there. So yeah, Korean culture and Korean media and like Korean products always had that some sort of hype there, but like BTS definitely just shifted. It was like a seismic shift. So yeah, definitely BTS changed everything in my opinion, and I don't think that's an overstatement at all. And people are gonna call me a BTS stan, some people that are salty over these kind of narratives, but we just can't deny that fact. So yeah. So it would be awesome if you could share your stories about how BTS was, perceived or changed your view on Korea or whatsoever in the comments. So David's Army is coming out. Well, I am Army, but then I am an also very factual and objective person. So like, I don't think this is an exaggeration or overstatement at all. So BTS is like, it has been the known figure of like, oh, Korean BTS. It's like, yeah, something like that. It's Parasite, BTS, Sonheung-min, something like that. So definitely the three pillars of Korean exports and culture, right? The world needed BTS. Yes, they came in the right time too, during COVID and all, so they put out good messages. So love yourself and life goes on, all that. So yeah. Anyways, while there is a lot of controversy about Hybe and its tactics, and right now there are a lot of like legal feuds going on, I still think Hybe has a significance in the K-pop industry. Definitely the biggest company right now, and what their actions are going to affect how people around the world view Korea in the lens of K-pop or the music industry and such and such. So I think they have a huge role on and responsibility on their back. So I hope Bang PD just tries his best to put out more creative content and support BTS and support his artist throughout his chairman years and all that. So. And Squid Game was huge to bring Korean culture to the world as well. Yes, that is the fourth pillar of Korean culture, let's say. Right. So, speaking of Hybe, though, like there's this interesting news that is a little bit related, but let's tap on into it for a bit. So, starting next year, concertgoers attending performances by Hybe artists will be able to enter venues using facial recognition technology. Hybe announced that the Face Pass system will be introduced at the 42 Club, a fan meeting event for boy band TWS, which is scheduled in February, and Face Pass, provided by ticket platform Interpark Triple, allows attendees to verify their identity and quickly enter the venue using facial recognition without the need for separate ID or ticket checks. The system integrates Viva Republica's facial entry system service with Interpark's ticket platform. So yeah, I think, as Hybe is pushing like diverse styles of music, they're also kind of changing the geography of K-pop in terms of technology as well. And I think that is one of the roles a big company like Hybe should take. They need to advance. I mean, it's not an obligation, but it's in their own interest to develop and advance K-pop as much as they can. You know how SM experimented with aespa and all their concepts with the metaverse and AI and all that kind of stuff, right? So like, I think this is a great change because immediately what I think from this Face Pass system is that there won't be any like surges in ticket prices from second hand buyers and stuff. It's going to be harder to yield or sell these tickets to other people. So like actual fans that actually want to go to the concert will get direct access, and they will get verification with their own faces, because they'll have to probably like register their ID card onto the system or something like that. And I can't think of all the scenarios, but like the knee-jerk reaction I get from this is like at least the fans will have better access and more convenient access, swift entrance to the concerts and stuff. So I think like these kind of advances are very much positive, and it should be adopted to world tours and such. And I feel like the K-pop industry just introducing all these kind of new tech and implementing it to like world tours, like the Western world or the other worlds, other countries, music industries look at it and they report about it and say how high tech, K-pop concerts are like and how the culture is different. So yeah, that's one fact. That's one fun thing or like unique aspect about K-pop. It's always like evolving. Like even if you look at the synchronized light sticks, like coordinated towards the songs and all that, they blink in different colors and shapes and waves and all that. So like yeah, it's totally different, right? So of course there will be backlash, as well as Mindspasm says. I wouldn't do it. Stuff like that scares me, because like putting your ID onto any kind of system is kind of scary. But at the same time, if you actually think about it, I have my ID scattered throughout all of these different apps. Yeah, I have it on the iPhone Face ID. I have it on all my banks that I use. I have it on all these random services that need ID as verification. So I don't, we're all always like exposed to some kind of identity theft. And, Meta and Google and whatever, they've always leaked our IDs anyways, and I don't think a hacker will make much use out of my ID anyway, so whatever at this point. Anyways, Ticketmaster would never implement face recognition in the Western market. Yeah, I think there would be a lot of backlash, but still, you never know. If it's totally safe with like blockchain technology or whatever, then that might be the future. Yeah. Bang Papa did a great job. So proud of BTS. Yes. Ozempic did him good. Yeah, like if you look at his picture, he slimmed down a lot. And I don't feel like, you can achieve that much in such a short term without like the help of the medication. Of course, he might have worked out himself, but still. BTS back in 6 months. Incredible. Yes, the full BTS is finally coming back. They are assembling. The military, the last to come out from the military, is it JK, right? Is it? Only 6 months left, is it? I recently saw a video about JK's new house, and it looked bougie. It had all these bar tables. It had a DJ booth and like all these fancy whiskeys and liquor, all that kind of stuff. So you just need David's face to go to Coldplay concert. Yes, that's how it would work. Just copy my face with deepfake technology and go to the Coldplay concert. Your your face can open your son's computer? What brand are you using? I'm never gonna use that brand. My Samsung has issues recognizing my face, so it worries me. Okay, speaking of Samsung, that is a nice segue to the next topic because I had a topic about Samsung today, which is not like a big topic, but let's see. So, speaking of Samsung, it's related to Korea, right? This is Lee Jae-yong, the chairman of Samsung, and this is Tim Cook, right, from Apple. So the Samsung-Apple rivalry likely to renew over the slimmest smartphones. Oh, wow, how innovative, right? The world's top two smartphone makers, Samsung and Apple, have been seeking to revive their lukewarm sales by introducing more diverse formats, with their next experiment being thinner models. According to the industry sources, Samsung is expected to add a thinner model tentatively called Slim to its flagship Galaxy S25 lineup to come out next month. So I don't know if these are mock-ups or whatever, but at this point I don't feel like anybody is expecting any sort of innovation or cutting-edge technology added to either Samsung or iPhone. I think we've reached that threshold point, that, the boiling point, the singularity point where, we can't really advance and enhance the technology with smartphones any further with this format. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as it stays as like the smartphone format, there have been attempts such as, folding the phones or like, folding it vertically, horizontally and all that, and making wider ones, which are like tablets and all that. Other than that, there haven't been any innovative ones, and they're trying to make it thinner and thinner. I don't know. Isn't it going to easily break, and aren't people just going to put cases on it again? So, Samsung is really struggling right now due to like a lot of decrease in sales, and also their semiconductor industry isn't really going good. So they're in a pinch. They need a breakthrough moment. So I wonder if this new Slim model is going to provide them some kind of new opportunity. I doubt it, but like as I said, unless it's like a new hologram figure, or maybe like a Meta Glass kind of smartphone application, or I don't know, like the Apple, what do you call them, the Vision. If it's not something like that, if it's not anything revolutionary, then I feel like the smartphones are here to stay, and it can only get so much better from now. Like, yeah, like we have super high speed, interaction with the smartphones. We have like good tech. So how better can it get? How innovative can it get, right? At least though, I gotta give credit to Samsung for trying out new things, like trying to like fold their phones, make bigger phones, make it slimmer, better cameras, and all these new adaptations like instant translation functions, like the pens and all that. And yeah, they try to innovate, but Apple's always like very, very slow, and they always think they're very innovative, but like they just add another number to their iPhone, and that's it. So yeah, that's why I switched to Samsung. I got bored of Apple. Like I was using an Apple iPhone, what was it, 11? What's the newest model right now? Is it 16 or 14 or something like that? And I went to the flagship store and I actually tried out the new Apple iPhone models, and it was like exactly the same. Nothing really changed. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to pay like an extra like $1,000+ for that. So anyways, Diana, thank you so much for the $5 pizza. I met my boyfriend because of BTS. I was never into Asian men until BTS opened your eyes. Wow, that is impressive. So thank you, BTS, for opening a lot of people's eyes towards Asian men. This is always like a very awkward kind of gray area, weird narrative that's going on, because like, there's always talk about fetishization of Asian men, and how BTS is like, like making Asian men more preferable, and some Asian men, home the F boys, exploiting that fact and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, but anyways, if it's seen in a good way, in a positive way, and has a positive outcome, like who was it, Diana, then it's all for the good and it's all good. Yeah, so as I said, more representation, more positive and cool representation. So yeah, thank you, BTS. BTS actually changed my life as well. You know, I started content creation, and then BTS definitely boosted my career. So yeah, thank you to BTS. Yeah. Asian men open your eyes will sound kind of racist. What? How twisted do you have to be to like hear something like that? Okay. Let's go on to the next news. Speaking of BTS coming out from the military only in 6 months, wow, really excited about that. But we have some controversy over a fellow idol, which is winner is Mino. So he is facing a lot of controversy right now. He got discharged from military amid allegations of lax service. So he was discharged this Tuesday, I think, and there were allegations that he did not fulfill his duties properly. The sources said Song completed his mandatory service as a social service agent at a facility in Seoul's Mapo district the previous day. The rapper, however, reportedly did not show up for work on the last day of his service as he was on sick leave. I mean, we can't say anything about that, but you know, it doesn't rub in well that, you know, it's your last day of service and you put in sick leave, right? So yeah, I get where they're coming from. Last week, Dispatch, an internet-based entertainment news outlet, reported that Song is suspected of being negligent in his duties in the alternative form of active duty military service. It said he had traveled abroad in October and had not been seen at work even after that, with the facility explaining that he was on sick leave, annual leave, or was hospitalized. YG Entertainment, his talent agency, stated that he used the sick leave for treatment he received before beginning his military service and took other leave in accordance for relevant rules. So there have been reports here and there about like Mino, and there have been fellow like service workers, the military service workers that worked with him, filing complaints that he didn't show up allegedly to his service. Even if he did show up, he was just playing with his phone for like 30 minutes to an hour, and then he just went home after that. And he had way much more freedom than the average other service workers as well. So yeah, I mean, honestly though, when I saw this news, I'm like, I'm not even surprised anymore. Like, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but like, it's just too likely, and I just see this news over a frame of like 2 decades of my life right now, seeing all these celebrities always getting. I'm not saying Song Mino got any preferential treatment or whatever. His medical conditions might all be validated and all that, but as I always said, celebrities seem to have like, there's a small pool of celebrities, right? They're like a mere fraction, like 0 point something percent of the whole Korean male population. But if you see the whole population and the amount of the whole population of men actually getting these, civil service worker positionings in the first place, that's very small. But like, somehow celebrities seem to have a lot of medical conditions and they get like favorable positions a lot of other Korean men would die for. And even doing that, among those services, they seem to have a lot of conditions, and they go on sick leave, or they're in the hospital, or they seem to travel abroad, which is normally not allowed when you're in the military. So a lot of I can see why people would be kind of furious about this. Yeah. But at the end, I would say, if you have the resources, and it even applies for me, if you have the resources, if you have the ways, I'm not trying to say like you should evade the military or whatever, but like in my case, like a lot of people applied for the KPC, which is the US military in Korea, and if you have good English scores, you could apply for that, and that you would go through a lottery and you'd be stationed in the US camps, and you get better food, you get like a room for 2 people, like individual rooms, you get like leaves every single night and all that. So yeah, there's a lot of benefits there. In my case, I took a test, like a separate test, and took like physical exams and all that, and gave my report cards and my English skills and all that taken into account. And then that's how I went into the police, which is way more lax than the actual army, ROK army, or other places. In the contrary, there are idols and men that actually go to like the DMZ, or actually enlist for the Marines, which are the hardest ones. There are smart people who go to the Air Forces. So in order to go to the Air Force, so the top tiers for the military service, in terms of convenience and being easy and closer to society, is definitely civil service worker. These are like, if you don't have a doctor's, diagnosis or like whatever paper, you can't even become a civil service worker. So yeah, these people go back and forth from their houses. It's not even like the military. They're just like, civil service workers. Yeah. And also the first tier would be the Katusa, the U.S. Army. The third one would be the police. In my opinion, police is really good. Now it's abolished because they thought they weren't needed. It depends case to case. It was pretty harsh back then, back in the old days, as for the police, because like protest and everything was very, very harsh, and we had very bad mannerisms within our police culture. But anyways, it got better. So now it's deemed very good, but it disappeared. And the fourth in place was the Air Forces, because like normally a lot of smart people go there. And then fifth would be firefighters. There's a small slot there, but normally for the Air Force, firefighters, police, and Katusas, it's mostly like Sky University or very highly educated people. And then for the normal, nothing against them, normal army, it's usually just like normal people, like the other. And the Marines are like for special people with special registrations and applications. So yeah, but anyways, because of this whole system and sentiment, whenever there is a controversy about like some celebrity which is usually a civil service worker with a high probability, gets some kind of preferential treatment, he doesn't show up to his base, or like he's like abusing the system or whatever, allegedly, there's a huge uproar against it. So yeah, the fact that he used a sick leave on his last day really, I think that was like, it didn't really sound right. Like it didn't really, project right to the public's eye, because like normally it's like when you're getting discharged from your military service, it's somewhat of a very sacred and ceremonial, a very important thing, and you have co-workers there, and you have what do you call them, comrades or whatever, and yeah, like Korean people have chung, so like if you're leaving the base and you're getting discharged, you would at least come to say like thank you until now, like it was nice serving with you guys and all that. But the fact that he didn't show up at the end probably rubbed a little bit in the wrong spot. So I understand the sentiment, but nothing surprising, as I said, nothing surprising. Yeah, let's see. I would love to see a celeb joining the UDT. Yeah, UDT is the special force, so it's going to be very, very hard. I feel like in the chat nobody really cares about Song Mino. All they're talking about is the BTS members in the military. Guys, you got to know that thousands and tens and thousands of Korean men are in the military, including other celebrities as well. So we're talking about Song Mino here. We're not talking about Jungkook allegedly getting bullied, because he's not getting bullied. Yeah. You gonna explain Jung? It's just this overvalued word that a lot of people say that it's like a unique aspect of Korean culture, where like the closest thing a lot of people point it towards as a comparison is like Southern hospitality in the US culture. It's like, like taking care and like looking out for others, even if you're not like blood, or you're just like taking care of your neighbors or a stranger, and just ask that kind of stuff. Yeah, we have like a bond with each other. We're brotherhood or sisterhood or Koreanhood or something like that, and like trying to, look after other people. So something like that. Mino will go back to the military. So yeah, there are movements right now. There are some very butthurt people that are like, oh, he didn't serve his military service properly. He needs to do it again. Like, send him back. Like, what good is that going to do to you other than your little dopamine boost of your day? But there are some people in this world that their career high is in the military. Their all-time high as a human being is when they were in the military. I know a lot of people like that. They get to boss around their subordinates because of the system, and they come out into society and they're not really successful, and they're always like very attached to their old memories of their all-time highs in their military, and they have like immense pride over their military services, and they're like, oh, I did this much hard work and that guy did like, easy peasy work. Like, he needs to suffer more like I did. Like, why isn't he an equal citizen? But let's not be naive. Like, nobody is an equal citizen in this society. We call it a free country. We call everyone equal, but like, is it really? Like, we're living in a capitalistic society where nobody's equal at all, for real. So yeah, that's just how the world is, and you need to really just suck it up. I'm not like trying to support any kind of behavior that's close to the alleged Minho's, Song Mino's behavior and such, but I'm just saying that's just how reality is, and you wanting to like send him back and suffer more isn't going to better society. Like, putting in like maybe doing activist movements against like lax military, like making a watchdog, or like making policy changes for military service or whatever, putting petitions in, that would be relevant. But like just commenting and saying like, oh, he needs to suffer more, all that, I don't think. I guess like because he's a public figure, it would set an example, but still, like, what gain is it coming from? What gain is that gonna give you, right? So oh my god, what I'm hearing, Korean society is not equal. Where I don't know wherever you're from, but like in my knowledge, the US, Korea, Japan, whether it be China, Europe, Africa, everywhere in the world, my personal theory is that nobody is equal at all. Like, by their rights, they might be, by the paper, they might be legal, but once you try going to the court against like a person who has a big ass law firm and has all the money in the world, try doing that, nobody is equal. Yes. Yeah. So, I feel like, rich people have their own loopholes, they have their own ways, and influential figures have such as well. So yeah, we by face value we are all equal, but are we though? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so we all know the story of Chung Bar-jang in Les Miserables. He stole a bread and he got like imprisoned for how long? Like a couple years, when CEOs and all these Samsung people embezzle like millions of dollars and do like bribery and corrupt scams and all that kind of stuff, and they use big ass law firms and they come out and they get bailed. So how can that be equal, right? You get what I'm saying, right? Okay, like I'm not dumb enough to not say that, oh, people are not equal. Like, I'm just saying there is definitely inequality in this world. Yes, so since it is Christmas and we only have 5 days, is it, or 6 days left in 2024, the Korea Jungang Daily definitely put out All Diva says your race in court matters also if you're on the attractive side. Society likes you better. Definitely. We're not even talking about like capital and money here. Like, as All Diva said, ethnicity might matter. Your societal position might matter. If you have pretty privilege, that might matter. Blah 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 and all. Yeah. So, anyways, going back, we only have 6 days of 2024. So Korea Jungang Daily did a nice rewind of 2024. So this was the recap, top 10 business stories. So let's go through this, skim through this quickly, and we also have another top 10 news stories recap. So the first one is, I can't really read this because the camera is blocking my view. Trump 2.0 ignites fear in Korea over tariffs, currency woes. Yeah, so this is happening at the moment, as I've told you in my last live stream. Like, Trump's new administration is really just, making a lot of concerns in the country at this moment. A lot of people, especially the market and business sectors, are very frightened. So this, wow, I didn't think that would be one of the top news. Exchange rate blows past 1,401 to the dollar with turbulent end of year. So this is the best time for you folks to visit Korea because the Korean won is very weak right now. Samsung suffers tumultuous year with HBM labor missteps. As I said, Samsung is struggling right now with the semiconductor industries. Mercedes-Benz EQE, the electric car, fire damages 880 cars, disrupts 1,600 households. There was a massive fire, and this triggered this nationwide movement. If you go to any kind of basement parking lot right now, they say in the front of the parking lot, no Mercedes electric cars allowed. I'm not kidding. Like, if you go to any single big building, I think it was maybe even legislated, like in like, not like in the law, but like it was, you know how like the US back then kind of banned Galaxy Notes from airplanes and all that kind of stuff, in that kind of level. So yeah. And then Korean Air completes acquisition of Asiana Airlines. So right now, we had these two big airlines that represented Korea, but Korean Air actually bought Asiana, so they're both essentially the same airline. So just a fun fact, if you're traveling to Korea and you're comparing Asiana and Korean Air, they're both the same. But Korean Air is still going to be a little bit more premium. Yes. Korean consortium wins bid for 17 billion tech nuclear reactor project. Wow. Okay. Wow for that. Respect for that. Korean food exports projected to hit 10 billion in 2024 with ramen, kimbap surging. Hands up if you ever had a kimbap this year or a cup of Korean instant ramen. Like, hands up in the chat. Let me know if you actually had. So let's do like a quick check in our chat. I've heard that they've been super popular. The company for 불닭 볶음면, the fire noodles, they have gone up like 20x in their stock value. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, I should have known. And invested in that. But anyways, AliExpress grows in Korea as Tmall remake price meltdown. Oh yeah, this was a huge incident in Korea. Yeah, 불닭 carbonara, 신라면, I made gimbap, instant ramen, for sure. Everyone's like, hands up. Okay. So that news is true. SK Group chairman faces historic divorce settlement. Yes, this SK is one of the chaebol companies. He made a historic divorce and is due to give her like enormous amounts of money, astronomical amounts of money. Naver line leak sparks clash between Korea and Japan. So yeah, Naver is the Korean Google, and it owns the platform Line, which is like a messenger app where a lot of like Japanese people use it, Southeast Asians use it, Hong Kong, Taiwan, I heard uses it, but there was like a huge clash between the two companies in terms of like the Japan side of Line trying to like, take away Line for themselves. So that power struggle was happening. I never actually got to see what the outcome was, but I think we lost or something like that. Anyways, I have to do more digging on that, but that was business news, and I feel like you guys aren't very interested in business news anyway. So going to the general news, what happened in 2024, rewind. So Korea's top 10 news stories. The first one is definitely the martial law, and he got impeached swiftly. So this came out of random. Nobody expected this, but this is crazy. The fact that there was martial law in like these 45 years. Yeah, it's crazy. North Korea sending troops to Russia, and this was very tragic news. I really hope the war just ends, and North Korean soldiers, even though they don't have human rights, they should not be dying in a random place, yeah, for nothing, right? First Lady allegations weigh heavy on Yoon's presidency. She had a lot of allegations. It's still going on, so it was very messy. Definitely the doctors battling for the government over expanding medical school enrollment. This is going on at the moment as well, indefinitely. We don't know when this is going to be resolved. Yoon really messed up the country. He messed up the whole medical system, and there is no resolution at this point. So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. My doctor friend is saying like it's going to end up like U.S. What do you call it? Doctor medical system. Yeah, very expensive, private, and all that. Health insurance is surging, blah blah blah. Lee Jae-myung, he's the ruling party, the opposition party leader, the next to be president from a lot of sources. Quoted from, it's estimated to be the president. He got stabbed, and there was a very big, there was a big, what do you call it, turbulence in the politics of Korea, because like he was stabbed. There were certain other Congress members getting like, mugged and stoned and all that kind of stuff happening. So yeah, Korean politics is getting very, very aggravated and heated. The Democratic Party wins landslide victory on April 10th, the general election, which is the root of why the president declared martial law. He thinks this was all rigged and manipulated. And all that. And then trash balloons coming from North Korea. They thought of a creative way this year to peacefully, poke us and instigate us and bother us, annoy us with these trash balloons. Wow, such a creative way, right? We can't really do anything about that. Yeah, so protracted heat and record snowfall, extreme weather grips nation. Well, isn't this universal, right? There were hurricanes, there were tornadoes, there were massive earthquakes, there was global warming, and we're all gonna die. Yeah, so deadly car crash at Seoul City Hall. Oh, yes, this was very, very tragic. This was a major incident just in the city center and heart of Seoul, right in front of City Hall. This person, it's still under trial, but there's a lot of evidence that this person mistaked the gas pedal with the brake, and he went full speed onto a lot of pedestrians, and a lot of them got instantly killed at the spot. Yeah, there was a very sad story about one person that got a promotion that night, and he was just doing a celebration party with his coworkers, and this tragedy happened. And SNU students arrested in deepfake porn scandal. So there was a lot of news about deepfake porn, and a lot of legislations and regulations made about it. There was a massive feud and controversy over middle school and high school students making deep porn pictures about their classmates and their teachers and all that. So yeah, everybody was talking about how the country is effed and how it has no future. But I guess because of these strong efforts now, it's hopefully like by law legislated, regulated, and surveilled. Right, so yeah, so that was a quick wrap up of 2024. I mean, a lot of it was very depressing news. I really wish Korean JoongAng Daily would have put in some, some positive stuff as well, but I guess the negative stuff had too much of an impact. Yeah. But what's Aaron? Welcome. $5. Thank you so much. Hi, David. I have missed you. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Same to you as well. Merry Christmas to you and your family and everyone else watching the stream as well. Thank you so much. Wow. Okay, and Uncle Dan is in the chat. Long time no see. Hello, Uncle Dan. Yes, and while you're watching, make sure to like and subscribe, people. Let's see how many people are watching right now. Wow, okay, we have 445 people. Wow, that is crazy. And we only have 97 likes, so the least you can do is smash that like button, please. Thank you so much. And if you would like to support the live stream, it's in the pinned comment over there. PayPal.me/Korean Pizza Club is the best way to support, or you can join my Patreon, which I recently uploaded a new podcast exclusive episode about my 2024 in terms of business, how KPC went, my other jobs, and all that kind of stuff. So if you go to Patreon over here, you can get a 1.5 minute free clip, a free listen to the exclusive episode. So yeah, go check it out. I reveal all my secrets about Piroso, Korean Pizza Club, and my life and all that, and aspirations for 2025. I'm going to be uploading another exclusive podcast today, and 2 K-pop monthly reactions coming, making up for November and December. So go check out Patreon, please. Okay, on to the next news, because I pledged that I will make these lives shorter, but we're already at the 50-minute point, so that is crazy. I was always here, not just not chatty. I always knew that you were here, so thank you so much. And Pretty Idiot, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Or did I miss some... Oh, yes, as I expected. Trenami Uncle Dan just gifted 10 memberships. Goated. Thank you so much, Uncle Dan. As always, just spreading the love. That's a wonderful Christmas present to all our toppings, to the 10 toppings that were lucky to receive them. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas. Yes. Giving out Christmas gifts. Yes, yes. So kind. So kind. Okay, let's see. Speaking of Christmas, next news. Let's go. Chop, chop. We don't have time. So, spending not in the cards as credit purchases plummet after martial law declaration. All Korean cities and provinces posted a double-digit drop in credit card spending on December 6th. 3 days after the December 3rd martial law declaration, showing signs of further contraction in domestic demand after already deteriorating over the recent months. On average, credit card spending plummeted by 26.3%. Wow! Nationwide on December 6th compared to the previous week. And credit card spending in Seoul was also heavily affected, dropping 29.3%. Holy cow! And then we have other regions like North Cholla and South Cholla, over 30%, Gwangju 35%, and even Daegu is 19%. Holy, wow. So the economy is truly bad. People really are just strapping up their consumer behaviors, and they're not consuming. So I've heard so many cries from small business owners and restaurant owners, and everyone, like street vendors, saying, I've seen so many interviews saying nobody's eating out, nobody's actually shopping. The department stores are doing major sales and clearance sales because nobody's buying designer clothes or expensive stuff. So yeah, truly the economy has taken a huge hit. I feel like 2024 was one of the worst years ever. Inflation was up high. We're dealing with the aftermath of COVID right now. I don't know exactly what martial law had to do directly with credit card usage and consumer behavior. I guess the martial law kind of frightened people for the first two days. People didn't know what was actually going on, so they had to adjust and they just stayed home, or maybe they just went to the protest in general, so that maybe affected the consumer behavior. But as the article says, it has been declining for months. So I think the martial law was just a one-time incident that just peaked and just accelerated the decrease in consumer behavior. So yeah, it's probably like this all over the world right now. As I said, a global reset is needed, and it's coming. It's coming. A lot of economists are predicting that the second half of 2025 is going to be a bloodbath. Stock markets are going to shake out. It's going to go crazy down, and also the housing market's going to pop. Everything's going to just get demolished. Yeah, so Korea is very, very concerned right now, especially with the Trump tariffs and everything like that. So, yeah, I'm cutting out several subscriptions and online shopping in 2025. Yeah, I have to do that too. For me personally, on my level, I think I stopped subscribing to Netflix. Of course, I will subscribe back if I want to see some kind of series, but nowadays I feel like it's just too much of a luxury. I already had downgraded my subscription to the $5 tier, where you have to watch 30-second ads every single 15 minutes of episode. Yeah, but I canceled Netflix. I think I need to renew my phone, what do you call it, plan, my phone plan, because right now I'm using, I think it's very cheap, because I use a service called Arterpon. There are three big telecom companies in Korea. It's SK Telecom, and then there's LG U Plus, and there's KT, Korea Telecom. These are the big three. And normally the price plans for these three are very expensive. So like my friends, they use like $60, $70, or $100 price plans for their phones, and I don't really get it. They say they have perks because they are attached to, like, you know, CGV. If you go to the movie theater, you get like a 10% discount, or you get like vouchers for, I don't know, Outback Steakhouse discounts at a lot of different places, like, you know, amusement parks, certain restaurants, all that kind of stuff. But like in my experience, I've never used any of those kind of perks. So I was like, I don't need this kind of stuff. So we have other like third-party services that use the same cables, but they're just third-party services. So it's the same bandwidth, it's the same speed and all that, but way cheaper prices. That's called the Arterpon. And I use one of those, and I've been using like unlimited 4G. Is it 5G or 4G? I think it's 4G data, and I don't call that much. So I think I have like a free 100 minutes of calls and like certain SMS like messages, but unlimited data, and I only pay $27. 27,000원. So that's like $25. Yeah, so that's a good deal, right? Yeah, so like I've been trying to cut down on all these subscriptions and being very frugal in my just my normal consumer behavior as well, like in terms of eating out. Like I barely even go to any restaurants nowadays, except yesterday night. It was like an exception. I drank so much. I had a whole pizza with my friends. But normally I just go to convenience stores. That's a trend too. A lot of office workers nowadays don't go out to eat lunch at restaurants. They go to convenience stores and buy these $5 lunch boxes, which are pretty good, but lack in nutrients, obviously. But yeah, that's the trend nowadays, I would say. David, honest question here. Do Koreans do white elephant gift exchanges or put gifts under the trees? I don't even know what a white elephant gift is. Put gifts under the trees. We don't have trees, so we can't put anything underneath a tree because we need to have a tree first, right? The premise isn't even there. So, yeah, some households with like kids, I guess, like little kids, they might put up little trees in their houses, but the truth is I don't feel like a lot of households do that. Yeah, right. Everywhere seems to be affected, right? Yeah, we're in the midst of AI revolution, bro. We good until 2030? What are we talking about? Having so many subscriptions adds up. I know. These subscriptions, they can crawl up. Yeah. Are you not watching Squid Game then, David? Okay, so speaking of Squid Game, perfect segue. Thank you for bringing that up. So, yes, Squid Game is around the corner. It is actually launching tomorrow, and I think it's a genius move, actually. You know, like the critics say, not critics, but like the media experts, I don't even know who they are, but the media experts said that it was a ballsy move that Squid Game declared their release date as the 26th, because normally at the year end, people are just gathering with friends and family. They're out and about and in, shopping or ice skating or whatever, dating, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I guess the Squid Game director and Netflix really had so much confidence that they were like, okay, we are going to go all in. I feel like, it's a good season where everybody's just gonna stay in. They don't have anything better to do, so they're like, what's hot on Netflix? They're cuddling, and wow, there's a new season of Squid Game. So in that sense, I think it's a perfect timing too. But anyway, speaking of, the retail sector gears up for the new Squid Game. I've heard that the campaigns for Squid Game 2, the promotion campaigns, localized in like Thailand and the US and Germany or whatever, it's been the biggest marketing budget ever in Netflix history. And the Netflix CEO even fly to Korea and did like this whole pitch and all that kind of presentation and all that kind of stuff. So they're really just going all in into Squid Game 2. And Squid Game 3 is even confirmed as well. And it's confirmed to come out in the first half of 2025. So yeah, it's going to be consecutive, back to back, not losing any hype. But anyways, the country's retail industry is piggybacking on the popularity of the upcoming second season of Netflix blockbuster Squid Game, as businesses from convenience stores to department stores launch thematic pop-up stores to attract consumers. So yeah, everywhere in Seoul is themed as Squid Game right now. This is in front of the Gangnam Shinsegae department store. This is Seongsu. They have pop-up stores over here. I was at a regular restaurant yesterday, and I posted it on my Instagram story, but we drank some soju, obviously. And the soju bottle, chamisul, had a Squid Game theme on it. So every single thing seems to be connected to Squid Game right now. It's really just crazy to think about it. And my fear is that normally, when the first series goes hyperbolic and it's like super good, it's really, really hard to like live up to that expectation in the season 2, right? So I'm a little bit concerned on how much Netflix is going all in on this marketing and the budget, and they spent tons and tons of money in all this marketing and the localization. Did you see the Duolingo Squid Game ad? That was crazy. They're doing like Squid Game parks all over the world. So if this flops, then I feel like it's going to actually backstab us. There's going to be some kind of a negative effect towards the K-drama and K-content scene. Netflix isn't going to be very fond of and Jadidar, thank you so much for the pizza on Buy Me a Coffee. Merry Christmas. Oh, why did the screen stop all of this? Okay, we are back. I don't know if my opinion still stands about the DJI Osmo Pocket, because it was the best creator device ever, but nowadays it's been glitching. So yeah, like I don't know if I'm that positive about the DJI Mobile Pocket nowadays. But anyways, to continue my story, I'm sorry for that delay. I think it got overheated, but I was just giving a shout out to Jadidar for the Merry Christmas gift on Buy Me a Coffee. I got some PayPals over here, so shout out to Diana for the 5. Thank you so much. Coffee, no junk food. Yes, I will have no junk food. I will have some good stuff today. And Eileen, thank you for the 10. Pizza. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you as well. And Lynn, thank you for the 25. Pizza. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much. And Kel, thank you for becoming a new Patreon member. Thank you so much. And last live stream, I forgot to shout out. I didn't get the chance to shout out to Mary. Huge shout out to Mary for the 100. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you and your family from NYC. Thank you for the live stream. No, thank you so much. I wish the best and prosperous and warm and happy New Year upcoming for you, to you, and Merry Christmas to you as well, Mary. And Ross, thank you so much for the 50 as well. Pizza, have a good holiday. Thank you so much. Anne Marie, thank you for the 10. David Snacks, thank you. Daniela for the 20 euros. Fund Me Again, a loyal subscriber. Oh, yeah, I read this one. So thank you so much. Lily Sam, thank you for the 20 Canadian dollars. Yes, thank you so much, everybody, for the good wishes and holiday gifts. Thank you so much. Yes. Uncle Dan over here handing out memberships like Santa. Oh, is he sending out more members? What? That's crazy. He's giving out another 10. Wow. Thank you so much, Uncle Dan. Wow. For being our secret Santa. That is great. That is awesome, Dan. So where was I? I even forgot what I was talking about. Oh, Squid Game. Yeah. So yesterday, it was a crazy night. I drank a lot, and then all the soju bottles were Squid Game. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it's gonna be a major blockbuster this year because like the cast is just mind blowing. You guys might not be familiar with the cast, but to a Korean person's point of view, like the people that are appearing on Squid Game, every single one of them have like an amazing, huge acting career. It's like the Avengers. Like it's like the equivalent of having like Brad Pitt, DiCaprio, Robert Downey Jr., Matt Damon, Will Smith, everyone in the same screen in Korean terms. That's crazy. So yeah, I'm kind of excited about it. Like, we're kind of concerned that each character is going to have their own underlying story. So how that's going to drag on, like, with the plot and all that. So, yeah, and a lot of people are, like, the novelty, the surprise factor of, like, it was very shocking when we first got to watch Squid Game, right? Like, in the beginning, they started just straight out killing people. So there was a huge shock factor, but that shock factor is already kind of numbed down because we already know what's going to happen. So it's gotta be very creative, very emotional in order to like actually live up to the hype. So let's see how it goes. Let's see. Okay, yeah, Choi Seung-yeon, T.O.P. is in it too. Yeah. So, okay, so let's go on to the next topic. What should be the next topic? A little touch on this one since we saw the Shinsegae department store in the picture for the Squid Game ones. Shinsegae chief, the guy on the left is Jung Yong-jin. He's a famous figure in Korea, one of the chaebols. Says he had in-depth talk with Trump. So he flew to Trump's Florida resort last week, and he kept the details of the discussion privately. Apparently, the chief of Shinsegae, Jung Yong-jin, has like a past very nice relationship with Trump's first son, I think, Trump Jr. So he had a 10 to 15 minute in-depth discussion on various topics. Wow, at a Mar-a-Lago resort. I wonder what kind of in-depth discussion they had for 10 to 15 minutes. Well, that's definitely going to change Korea's future, right? In those 10 to 15 minutes. And did he do an elevator pitch or something? And the Shinsegae, I mean, I feel bad making fun of the guy, but honestly, this guy is not really well known as a success in terms of like CEO terms. Like whatever he does, it actually kind of crumbles down. So he's not really well known as like a competent CEO. So that's one fact. He's more like a social figure because he does a lot of Instagram. He does a lot of like public stunts and all that. He likes publicity, and yeah, the other fun fact about the funny angle about this is Shinsegae is a department store. It has a retail chain, and they're the owner of E-Mart as well. So that's like the Costco of Korea. So what is Shinsegae department store and E-Mart going to talk in depth with President Trump, like in terms of exports, imports, tariffs, military politics regarding Korea? Like, if it was the chairman of Samsung, that would make a little bit more sense because, like, the semiconductor industry and the whole AI boom and the U.S. reliance on Samsung semiconductors and Korean semiconductors, like SK, is huge. If it was the Hyundai chairman, then that would make sense. There's huge imports of Hyundai cars in the U.S., but, like, Shinsegae for real in 10 to 15 minutes? That's honestly a joke. Yeah, I have nothing against the guy, but yeah, excuse me, he flew from Korea to Florida to have a 15-minute talk with the Sun. The Sun isn't smart. Who got played? He didn't have a 15-minute talk with the Sun. He had a 15-minute talk with with Trump. Yeah, he has friendship. He has a friendly relationship with the Sun for a long time, I would assume. Yeah. Seems like he's trying to jump on the bandwagon like everyone else. Yeah. Jung Yong-jin once said 멸공. Yes. He's on the very conservative side. 멸공 means let's eradicate the commies. So yeah, he's very outspoken about his political beliefs. Yeah. But people thought he was like a joke too back then when he was saying, let's eradicate the commies, you know? Speaking of commies and anti-Americanists, this is very fun news. It's also in the title too. You might be baffled when you actually hear this. So this is not clickbait. In the title, I stated IU got reported to the CIA. And I'm talking about the Central Intelligence Agency of the United States, the CIA, you know. So what is happening right now in regards of that is that fake news about U.S. banning anti-Yoon ralliers resurfaced online. So false rumors about unconfirmed reports are spreading online about the U.S. government's supposed crackdown on anyone who has openly criticized the now impeached President Yoon Suk Yeol. Online communities, particularly those frequently by far-right supporters of the besieged leader, are sharing a debunked fake news report from 2018 about the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency's plan to permanently ban from entry anyone who has been reported to be anti-American or participated in an anti-American protest. It also claimed that those reported to be anti-American will also be banned from sending their children to the U.S. for education. The U.S. Embassy in Korea at the time confirmed the report to be false, telling local broadcaster JTBC it was not worth responding to. So this is crazy. So what does IU have to do with this? Remember the last live stream? How IU was getting canceled by the conservatives in Korea, by the old people? That's what's happening. So the CIA actually had to block reports from South Korean right-wing activists targeting IU because IU sent those, prepaid meals and all the support to the protesters over there. She's now labeled as like a lefty and a progressive and anti-conservative. So the conservatives and the right-wing people are like, we need to put a halt on her. We need to cancel her. And like them boycotting her isn't going to do any damage at all. So the brightest idea they thought of is to refer to this 2018 rubbish article, the fake news, saying that the CIA is going to ban people from Korea to enter the US and do activities there if they participate in anti-American activities. I don't even know what the definition of anti-American is. I think they are just thinking it's communist or anything that's progressive right now. So, yeah, so what they are doing at the moment is certain right-wing netizens in South Korea have reportedly filed complaints with the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency, aka the CIA, against singer IU, along with other celebrities who expressed support for the impeachment of President Yoon Suk Yeol. However, the CIA has rejected emails from users who repeatedly sent the same reports. On the 24th, a user identified as A shared a screenshot of an email from the CIA on X, claiming the CIA has taken action, it's official. A further statement claimed that an overwhelming number of reports from South Korea has astonished the CIA, alleging an average of 20,000 to 30,000 reports must have been filed, potentially affecting ESTA, the electronic system for travel authorization approvals. This is just crazy. So this is the list of celebrities that have openly agreed with the impeachment of President Yoon. And this is like a whole protocol, a guideline on how to report these Korean celebrities to the US CIA. This is crazy. I don't know what's going on anymore. They're claiming them as pro-North Korean forces. So apparently that's anti-American. So this is crazy. And the CIA explained, you have submitted too many reports too quickly. Only one report per 10 minutes is allowed from the same computer. This policy is designed to reduce report spamming. If your second submission was intended to add or clarify information in the first report, we sincerely apologize for the inconvenience caused. So, I don't know, guys, your Central Intelligence Agency needs to really, step up with their, server capacity and, handling with, overwhelming amount of reports, because they can't handle these right-wing activists in Korea mass reporting IU to the CIA. This is crazy. This is crazy. What's going on over here? Funny people for sure. And I mean, it's funny. It's very, very funny and amusing. And I'm saying this as a political neutral person, but it's also if you actually think about it, if you put the microscope on it, it's actually very sad at the same time. And I'm truly, truly sad because these people, they're mostly elderly people, and they're mostly just, it's like the Pied Piper, someone on YouTube, some right-wing YouTuber is just making propaganda and just distributing against these clueless people, and really do believe that the CIA is going to act upon anti-American behavior and cancel IU and all that kind of stuff. So they don't even know what they're doing. They're just following these rules and guidelines that these YouTubers that are honestly just trying to leverage and exploit their audience base, and they're just blindly doing this, and it just makes our country look foolish, and they're wasting their time, and this might not benefit them in the best way as well, because I would say there would be some disadvantages if you try to put in false accusations and reports in the CIA and try to paralyze the ESTA system and all that. So, yeah, I think this is it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. They legit think IU is a North Korean spy or communist or something. Exactly. That's what's going on. And what's adding fuel to the fire is, I actually found this YouTuber the other day. So there's this American YouTuber who reported IU to the CIA. The American YouTuber with over 80,000 subscribers has sparked controversy after claiming to have reported the South Korean singer IU to the CIA. And it's this person. And she put up a video titled, "I reported IU to the CIA," channel on her YouTube channel, who identifies as a conservative American woman. And it's this person, and she's using very bad language, saying IU, you bitch, let me fuck you over, something like that. And she's like, our brilliant and talented IU is actively backing those supporting the impeachment protests, even providing meals to encourage participation and fuel the impeachment atmosphere. Yeah, so this person is definitely trying to ride the conservative wave, because the conservatives, they're mostly elderly people, and they're very just outspoken and aggressive and enthusiastic about, protecting freedom and liberty in Korea. And that's why these right-wing YouTubers thrive so much, because these old people just throw bags of money at them. Bags and bags of money. And every single year we have an annual summary or list up of the most amount of super chats Korean channels have received, and from top 1 to top 5 are all right-wing YouTubers. It's crazy. They get massive amounts of donation, and these people are just blindly sending their money enthusiastically and willingly in the name of protecting free Korea and protecting it from communism and stuff like that. So it's crazy. So yeah, if you want to go check out her YouTube channel, go check it out. Yeah, I reported IU to the CIA is the title of the video. So that's very funny. It's very interesting in how Korean politics has now become a global thing. And now I'm sorry to say this, but I don't know if that person is a Korean citizen or not. But if she is not a random American woman, is now preaching about Korean politics and is garnering a lot of views from that. Yeah, so that's just crazy. Honestly smart though, in terms of business. So yeah, speaking of the conservative side, this is a unique dynamic also coming in that only happens in Korea as well. You know how flags are related to patriotism, and it represents the country in a good way, right? So this is our flag, the taegukgi. We call it the taegukgi. There are young protesters who are igniting the taegukgi wave at Yoon impeachment rallies. And you got to understand, you might be thinking, of course, they're patriotic. They want their country justice, so that's why they're waving their Korean flags. But there is a very unique dynamic in Korea. I don't know when to pinpoint when this happened, but from some incident and beyond, the Korean flag has been coined from the conservative side. It's become a symbol of the conservative and right-wing side. So if you go to all the elderly protests, the protests that are in support of President Yoon right now, or anything in a conservative agenda, if you go to any kind of Christian, there's a huge elderly population in the Christian community in Korea. If you go to any of these rallies and protests, there will be bunch of Korean flags, and they're doing it out of patriotism of their heart too. They're we are the warriors of our country. We are the last standing line of protection from communism in North Korea and China and all these leftist people trying to take over our country. And that's why they have the Korean flag. But then the Korean flag has become now to young people a joke. It's become the symbol of the Korean flag does not represent the country anymore. When we think of the taegukgi, we instantly tie it to these old people that have, very, very distorted views and, overly patriotic views towards the country. And it's a shame. It's a shame that our flag has fallen into that status. So that's why there's now a anti-movement towards that. And I feel like this is a good move, because we need to reinstate the status of our proud flag, right? So this person, these young people are now waving these taegukkis, the Korean flags, at the impeachment protests and the other protests as well, to just cleanse the image of it. So it's we are going to use the Korean flag as well on our side. And as I was saying, if you go to any kind of conservative protest in Korea, this is what you're going to be seeing. You're going to see people over 60, 70, 80, all waving Korean flags along with the US flag for some reason. I guess that all goes along with the narrative of like reporting to the CIA for anti-American behavior. These old people wave the American flag because America is the symbol of freedom, and America, we are eternally in debt for America and the UN and a lot of other countries, but mostly America, for protecting our country, protecting its freedom from North Korea's invasion back then in the Korean War. So that carries on. And I guess, like, bottom line, like, if you look at the essence of their sentiment, it's valid. And I really, I really want to applaud their patriotism by the core, you know what I'm saying? But it's being used, it's being manipulated by some opinion leaders on the right-wing side in a very, very extreme way, and that's something very sad to see. And as I said, like, I'm very, very politically neutral. I try to be objective as possible. A lot of people think I'm very left-leaning. I'm very progressive. That is not true at all. If I were to actually put myself on the spectrum, I would objectively think I would be neutral to a little bit conservative leaning. But I have like multiple different views on different agendas, and I think that should be that's how it should be for like any kind of person. Like, you can support nuclear power generation, and you can not support President Yoon at the same time, right? Like, but then, like, these certain group of people, they are so just influenced by these, YouTubers and influencers that spread their own narratives and logic. So they don't really think, and they're just like blindly following the agenda. So yeah, I'm not trying to like downgrade the conservative side and like put up the progressive or anything. But as for the impeachment and the martial law, it's just like the martial law thing was just too much. Like, even young conservative people around me say that was too much. Like, he deserves to be impeached. So yeah. Anyways, this is happening, so I thought that was interesting, so I brought that news. Speaking of elderly people, though, we can't dodge this bullet coming. South Korea becomes super aged society. The total ratio of its population aged 65 and above surpasses 20% now. So 1/5 of the population is elderly people. And the number of Koreans aged 65 or older stood at 10.24 million, accounting for 20% of the country's total population. And according to the United Nations, a super aged society is one in which more than 20% of the population is 65 or older. We're not having babies. We're not making any families. We're not getting married, but the demographic is getting older. There are less younger people to sustain the economy and the demographic pyramid, the social welfare pyramid, with their taxes and their labor and all that. So Korea is in really, really big trouble. So it's very concerning. Yeah. Korea is now getting very old. So it's the best time for y'all to move to Korea and meet your Korean oppa or your Korean, girl, and get international marriage. Yeah, get that Korean citizenship shit. So come on over, please. Yeah, so anyways, oh my god, I'm getting so hungry because it's like 1 p.m. right now, but 450 people still watching. We still have some news left. I think 3 news left. Before we go on, since you are all watching, please give me 1 minute of your time because it is that time of the live. Piroso, it's the best Korean authentic online store out there. We sell Korean products you can see from nowhere else on Amazon or the internet. We are pretty sure we're the only people that solely sell these products. Hand curated and hand picked all by me and Jin. There's home furniture and like all that accessories, Korean fashion, modern fashion, kitchen, tea, stationery, digital accessories, books, all these brands. Very, very trustworthy and credible brands over here. Small business owners as well. We have bestsellers such as the Newbie bag. Very, very just sturdy and daily bag you can carry anywhere with a nice touch with the accessory, which is a Korean traditional accessory over here. We have the Korean Army t-shirt, which everybody wears. Anna did the modeling for us here. We have the Jungkook bucket hat over here. We have the Najeon diary. Very, very cool if you want to put some New Year resolutions and keep track with that. Get this diary over here. And the Pirozo t-shirts, the MBTI t-shirts. Oh, fun fact. My MBTI, the INTP MBTI, was rated the worst MBTI to be in a relationship with. So fun fact over there, a little tangent. But today, in particular, I want to promote this, which is going on. This is an event that is going to end in 2 days only. So this is called the Pirozo Random Box. It's a surprise gift from Korea. It's a secret Santa, essentially. I know that it's going to be shipped after Christmas, but think of it as a good gift to yourself, or you could use it as a New Year gift. It's only $18, and why it's good is that the price is $18, but what you can get, every single product that we're going to send you is going to be over $19 or $46 of value. So yeah, this is a great deal over here. You can check all the products you might receive in the random box over here, and Jin is preparing some cute wrapping and also a ribbon for the packaging as well, so you can expect a very cute package. So yeah, if you look at all these items over here, they are all just very unique ones, and they're all over $18. So yeah, look at this. It's the wine stopper over here. It's $19 over here. It's the BTS fabric poster you can hang on. This is $20. You have like some Korean street food dish sets, a very unique thing you won't be able to get anywhere. $26. The Roka Korea Army t-shirt, $25. The 12 Zodiac coasters and all that, $20. So yeah, please check out the random box and the Secret Santa. And also one more advertisement. If you use the coupon code XMAS, XMAS, you get a 15% discount out of all your purchases, whatever you buy on Pirozo, excluding the Secret Santa box. So beware of that. But if you buy anything else and if you use the coupon code XMAS, you will get a whopping 15% discount. This has been unprecedented in Pirozo history. You can buy these thank you soaps and all that. Right now, what has been really selling well is the face cream. The face cream has been selling like crazy. I can't find it right now, but yeah, I'll put a link in the description box afterwards. But the face cream I've been using, the Rowdy face cream over here, this has been selling like crazy. We're super surprised. We sold over like 20 units of these. That's crazy. So a lot of people seem to order this with the Secret Santa box with some stickers as well. So yeah, if that's the go-to order right now. So please check out Pirozo. And also if you lend me some extra time over here, where is it? Where'd it go? Oh, okay. Yeah. There you go. There you see it over here, which is Sue House. I want to thank you and shout out to the sponsor of this live stream, Sue House. You can get free events. You can meet unique people. You can learn Korean. You can order Korean books and all that kind of stuff in this app called Sue House. So do check it out. All you have to do is go to Google App Store or Google Play Store or Apple's App Store and type in SOOHOUSE. And you will find the Sue House app. Why it is so special is because if you check out their Instagram, if you go here, they have very unique parties. You can gather with Koreans locally. There's a snowball party, the language exchange, all this kind of stuff. located in Hongdae and all sorts of places in Seoul. There's a Taebaek Snow Festival, Haiwon Ski Resort. It's from January 26th to February 4th. So if you have plans visiting during that season, do check out Sioux House. And also these Hancheoneo Ice Festivals and Vivaldi Park. This is also until February. So yeah, like whenever you visit Seoul or Korea, please install the app and check out what kind of activities you can participate in. There are a variety of activities and gatherings. You can actually interact with nice Korean people, not F-boys in Hongdae that are trying to like, just sleep with you. That is the worst. So go check out Sioux House over here. Follow over here. Follow me. And if you go to their webpage, they are doing a massive sale on their Christmas special Korean starter kits and all that. So yeah, go check out Sioux House. So thank you so much for Sioux House for sponsoring this episode of KPC as well. Yes. Yeah. And let's go on to the rest of the news we have. Oh, wow. I really appreciate 400 people of you still hanging on. 40 people have said bye already, but 407 people still watching. Please smash that like button for me. We only have 199 likes. I would like that to get to a 200 point right now. So please do that for me if you can. And this is a very interesting news. So I don't know if this is going to get copyrighted or not. I would be very sad to get copy strike on Christmas, but whatever. Let's do it. So South Korea organizes speed dating to tackle country's low fertility and marriage rates. This was published by the BBC over here. So let me turn off the Christmas carol for a while, and you can hear this anchor saying, yeah.
The country continues to battle extremely low fertility and marriage rates, but will these unusual ways to meet your partner help boost them? Rachel Lee reports from Seoul.
Fairy tale weddings are expected in South Korea, but they don't all begin with meet cutes or dating apps. Some couples are embracing
Okay, anyways, you get the gist of it, right? You get the gist of it. So, what's happening is basically the government is stepping up to do matchmaking, and they are making speed dating rings and communities and events. They're hosting these kind of events for young people to meet each other in like wine bars or whatever, and they're just fostering, supporting marriages. So if you go to these speed dating events, like look at this. They rent out like a event hall or something or a pub, and then they just like bring couples and tens and 20s and 30s of people in both male and female. They host these parties. They make the right atmosphere, and yeah, this is happening. So isn't this kind of surreal that the government is now actively organizing speed dating? Does this happen in your country? I would not think so. Like, I think maybe in the private sector, if you're like a dating app, you could do something like this. But the fact that the government is doing it is just crazy. You saw from the last live stream that there was a huge matchmaking event with Seoul City that happened. But like, this is becoming a trend. Like, it's spreading like wildfire among all these regional governments as well. The example you saw on the screen for the BBC report was for Seongnam City, which is adjacent to Seoul as well. So all of these cities are hopping onto this trend, and it's actually getting a lot of positive feedback. So a lot of people, including myself, they're just very lonely, and the problem is we're all just disconnected, and there aren't a lot of places to meet people. That's just a fact. Like, where am I gonna go to meet people? Of course I can go to Hongdae and all that, but like, who really wants to make a relationship at a bar or a pub or a club? Like, people have alternative motives there. So they're not there for like sincere relationships and serious relationships. So yeah, I think this is a good change. It's kind of funny, and I guess the BBC reported on it because like it's unseen all anywhere else in the world, right? So it's very unique. Maybe I should attend one in the future. If the government is vouching for these people, they might be, they have applications and all that. So they're like, they write professions and where you live and all that. So probably there's like high quality people over there, which is interesting. Anyways, yeah, David needs to do speed dating. This is just so sad, bro. What? And stream it. Do they have speed dating in the US? I don't know. Make the cost of living less. Don't overwork people. There is speed dating in America, but not hosted by the government. I would never see the American government hosting that. Oh, doll baby, hello. Merry Christmas. As always, enjoy your lives. Thank you so much. Pizza. Pizza. Affordable housing would help a lot. I know, right? I know. Speed dating was a thing in the US about 5 minus years ago. Okay. Government trying not to deal with the real problem. I know, but they are trying to deal with the real problem, but they could do it like at the same time, So like I think these kind of efforts are also very important. So yeah, they're trying to do whatever they can. Anyways, speaking of local regional governments, this is a very funny incident too. So Gumi City. This is very near Daegu. Daegu is like the most conservative city in Korea. A big portion of Daegu still supports the president, even to this day right now. So Gumi City cancels Lee Seung-hwan's Christmas concert amid political controversy. So basically, a lot of the leadership of Gumi City and their citizens support the now impeached president, to be impeached president. And Lee Seung-hwan, this person is a singer. He's a well-known singer, I would say, to some extent. But he's very, very vocal about his political views. And he was at every single protest for the impeachment. And he was doing concerts at the rallies and stuff. So the Gumi mayor announced the decision on Monday, revealing that the city had officially informed the concert organizers of a cancellation. And the cancellation follows the controversy surrounding Lee's participation in the impeachment concert. Yeah. So, I don't know. Like, do you see these kind of things happening in your own countries? Just because, a singer has a political point of view and that doesn't align with your own state or your region's political point of views, the concert itself gets canceled. I think this is a very, very poor level of democracy over here. Because honestly, in a very advanced democratic society, like no matter what kind of point of view you have, it should be independent from like a singer's activities, such as a concert with, the city's stance on whichever stance they have politically. So that is just weird. How can the mayor cancel a business enterprise? There are many ways mayors can use like administrative laws or some kind of clauses to cancel concerts. And in this article, it says safety concerns. Yeah, of course, they're going to say safety concerns. And they're not going to show the real reason to it, but it's just very obvious. The mayor of Daegu City, which is Hong Jun-pyo, he's one of the big conservative politicians, and he recently got a lot of backlash for relocating and not allowing the queer parade, the LGBTQ plus parade in the middle of Daegu City. So he relocated to a more isolated area, and the protest or the parade organizers protested against that decision and said, like, what is the grounding and what is the reason for relocating our parade while you approve every other single parade. And obviously, in the inside, every single person in Daegu and himself, the mayor himself, knows that they are just not fond of the LGBTQ plus people, and they don't like the queer parade, and they don't want to give them the streets of Daegu City for it. But the mayor came out and said, "Oh, there were major issues with some other reason, and there were like safety issues. There were like, the Daegu City streets are not for like private purposes for an organization. It's only used by the city purposes, blah 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 blah." And there was like a huge feud over that as well. So yeah, people can do that. Mayors can do that. It happens here in the U.S. all of the time right now, really. But some people are saying definitely not in the U.S. Happens in the U.S. Which side do I have to listen to? Yeah. In the U.S., people do not get canceled for having a life outside of their profession. Yeah. I would assume. But then I saw like, who is that? Ellen DeGenerate, the TV show host. She was very vocal about her political stance, and I think there was a lot of backlash about her, like opposing towards Trump, and she said something in the lines of like she's gonna leave the country, and she actually did, or something like that. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the U.S. is also somewhat like that. Yeah. You also experience this soon, and will happen. People saying it doesn't happen in the U.S. must be living under a rock. Okay. Yeah, so that's happening. And the last news is your favorite news of all time, New Jeans. I wonder how many people are still, 444 people, okay, interested in the New Jeans thing. But a little update about them. What's happening is a startup group voices concerns about New Jeans' unilateral contract termination. Okay, surprise. The Korean Startup Forum, the country's leading startup organization, voiced concerns about potential investment-related impact following a recent announcement by the K-pop girl group New Jeans to terminate its contract with management agency Adore. In a statement released Monday, the forum described New Jeans' announcement as a significant case that could seriously undermine the principles of trust and responsibility, which form the foundation of the investment ecosystem. The forum stressed that the girl band's unilateral interpretation and invalidation of its management contracts erode market trust in the fulfillment of investment agreements, which could potentially weaken investor sentiment. Adore says that neither Hybe nor Adore have shown any willingness to improve the situation or accept our demands. I'm sorry, New Jeans said this. And this dispute has been going on, and it's been filed a lawsuit in the Seoul Central District Court, blah, blah, blah. But the Startup Forum, which is like a pretty big organization, has voiced their concerns over this. Basically, what they're saying is, like, if you let this pass, if you let this slide, and this becomes a precedent, then this opens a very, very big slippery slope for all investors that are going to be investing in future K-pop labels or projects or groups, whatever it might be. Because like if a case like New Jeans happens in the future, you never know. Like, you invested in the group itself, but if the group decides, like the individuals decide to just exit the company or just decide not like to boycott their own company, something like that happens, then what kind of safety is there for the investors, the initial investors? Like, how do they believe in their investment? On one side, people say like that's the nature of investments. Like you have bad investments, you have good investments, and sometimes investments don't turn out as you wish, right? There are sometimes like natural disasters, like you invest in like a power plant or whatever, and then there's like this hurricane happens, like you can't do anything about that. So like there are divided opinions about this, but I definitely get their sentiment, and I guess more and more organizations are going to voice their opinions about this case on how it's going to potentially affect the market or the atmosphere, the economy of their own fields respectively, and that's all going to be added to the courts because the court actually does look at exterior sentiment or consultation commentaries from high profile people or credible people on what they think about the case and all that. So yeah, I feel like more and more of these groups, these organizations are going to talk about the situation with New Jeans. This is going on. New Jeans appeared on a very famous radio show today, I think, or yesterday on CBS Kim Hyun-jung's radio show. And yeah, I haven't heard the content of it, but there have been a lot of clips of it circulating on Instagram. And as I said, they've been getting a lot of support from the Korean public. So the frame in Korea is like it's against the evil conglomerate Hybe that doesn't know how to do anything. And they've been just a one-hit wonder with BTS, like luckily. And now they're like making this multi-label that doesn't work and exploiting their artists and plagiarizing and copying and, you know, bullying New Jeans or whatever. And again, this is not my opinion. This is the Korean public's opinion. Mostly you'll see the women and the fandoms cheering for New Jeans, saying like New Jeans never die. And mostly you'll see the men that aren't really just invested in K-pop or whatever, but they're just like stockholders or shareholders, thinking in terms of the corporate terms of views. So they're like, yeah, what kind of girl group can sabotage their own company and all that? They should be made of an example of something like that. So that's going on. I know the international side, mostly ARMY, I observed, is very, very against the New Jeans. But there are other people that are supporting them too. So at the end, it's all just like very, you know, it's all just, I feel like, useless talk. At the end, as I said a million times, the court will solve this. The court result is going to be what all that matters. Yeah. So let's all just wait for that. It's gonna take a while. Yeah. So I feel like I'm gonna put a halt to the New Jeans news unless anything big comes out soon, because everyone's been very burnt out with the huge Mini Jin New Jeans Hybe thing, and people seem to be misunderstanding me as like a, I don't know, New Jeans stan or something like that. I couldn't give 2 cents, 2 F's about it. So, anyways, and people, and I've seen some comments like, why do you keep on highlighting New Jeans as the only K-pop, like, why do you keep on talking only about New Jeans where there are other K-pop girl groups as well? Well, can you also bring some news about like K-pop girl groups that is being spoken by a lot of people in society to this magnitude? Then I will gladly cover it. Like, you know, I don't know why. Like, people are just like very, very sensitive about this news. Anyways, yeah, good. You attract the hype stands and David and an F's of the mood in the chat. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, guys, so that's about it for today's live stream. Let's see how long I have been doing. 1 hour and 15 minutes. Okay, that's still a bit too long. I have pledged in my previous live stream and on Patreon that from now on I will try to do more speedy live streams so that it is below 1.5 hours, because I've gotten some feedback from some regular viewers saying that they feel some kind of overwhelming feeling or pressure to actually click on the live stream when the duration is pointing at 2.5 hours or 3 hours plus. So I feel like it's also in the good for me to shorten the duration of the live streams, because like it's very tiring to yap on for 2 hours plus. Even though I'm a pro yapper, I can do that. It like really is tiring and it's very time consuming, and I could be using that time in a more productive way and putting out better content, more content for you guys. So yeah, I'll be trying to do that. It's going to be more concise and shortened for you guys. Let me know what you think about that. Nicole, thank you for appreciating my live streams. More likes, let's support with our likes. It's easy and fun. Yes, thank you so much. No longer. I'm so sorry, Carol. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Uncle Dan. Thank you, Trena Mihong. Thank you so much for... Oh, you gifted another membership. Wow. Another 10 memberships. That is crazy. Uncle Dan is on a roll. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you, Uncle Dan, and everyone in the chat. Yeah, so... Feliz Navidad from CDMX. We are about to have Christmas dinner. Wonderful, wonderful. I cannot imagine how like Christmassy the vibes would be. I really envy that because I don't have anything like that. I just live with my grandma. So I'm thinking after a little bit of work today in the office, just record some Patreon episodes and K-pop reaction. After that, I will head home early and grab maybe a Christmas cake from Baskin-Robbins or Starbucks or whatever and eat it with my grandma during dinner. Yeah. So I think other than that, I don't have any specific plans for Christmas. I already had like a night out yesterday on Eve. So I had my fun over there. So yeah, that's going to be me for today. So yes, let me just check some notifications if I got any more PayPals because I always miss them at the end. Or some of you, like it seems like some of you don't like the shout outs as well. They want to see they want to be like, you know, under the radar, so they actually send the super chats after the live stream has ended and saying like thank you for the live stream, like enjoyed the live. I really appreciate that, but like when I get like big chunks of support via PayPal, I just have the urge to shout out for you guys. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. Go check out Piroso at piroso.net, biroso.net. Use the coupon code XMAS for a 15% coupon discount. If you've used that code already, use the coupon code KPC for a 10% discount. And get that Secret Santa random box. We'll give you great random presents, which is going to be a sweet surprise for you for the new year. So yeah, I will be doing the live streams without any delay or postponement. I will let you guys know if anything comes up because during the new year I might go down to Busan and meet my parents and all that. So yeah, I'll let you guys know. Thank you so much for tuning in, and please leave a like and comment before you go. Like all the comments, I try to press hearts on them in the comment section. Check out my Patreon at patreon.com/Korean Pizza Club. You get exclusive live streams, exclusive podcasts and K-pop reactions monthly and early access to content as well. So anyways, Merry Christmas, everybody. Look at the Merry Christmas balloon over there, and hope you have a wonderful year end and set your New Year resolutions and everything. Hope you have wonderful food and wonderful warm winter with your family and friends and relatives. So yeah, wishing all the best to you, and